When the girls go out, they make them friends, then they tell them they love them, they show them that they're millionaires, so and so. And they trap them, yeah? And then they marry them for the reason to stay in the country. This has happened in our community lot, yeah, lot. But I have 5 daughters as well, yeah. If something happens like that, I won't like it either, yeah. I've given choice to my daughters wherever they want to get married, but not the guys, come in as a visit visa. You go to check on the guy, was he a visitor before he got married? Yes. Then he's framed up the girl's father as well.
You talk about framed up a lot here, but the police are duty-bound to investigate it impartially, and they'll look at the vulnerability of this victim, for example. They will do everything possible to get best evidence from her.
Thursday, yeah.
I know that he's here illegally and they are looking to deport him, so that could be the case. But just because he's here illegally doesn't mean that he's assaulted her. OK. And when you were at home, when your dad came to get you, your husband wasn't there, was he? He's gone now. OK, that's excellent. From speaking to her, I don't think she has got mental health issues. I think she's just a vulnerable girl who's not streetwise. Bye-bye. I think she is in love with him and she's generally married him because she wants to be with him. Whether he feels the same about her, I don't know.
Right. There are several other instances. I think what I'll do... She disclosed that she'd been assaulted by her father on the 14th of the 3rd. He had slapped her around the face after she'd gone into his room to talk to him, informing him that she wanted to get married. She's alleged abuse between 2004 and 2012. He regularly hits her and abuses her. And she's actually said to them that she was under threat to go back. Dad actually said to her, if you don't come back with us, you're going to get your head smashed in.
Can we get that in a state, can they?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to give them a ring, if you carry more bones.
Hi, is that Simon? Simon, it's DC Chandler from Bedfordshire Police. We've got a prisoner in custody at the moment and offence of kidnap's been disclosed. And then the kidnap's happened in your area. But I just need a couple of lines in a statement saying that she got in the car with him because her dad's threatened her, which I haven't got in a statement already. The problem is, I'm on a tight clock. Thank you, bye. He goes, oh, you're a star dealing with it for me.
So what, we're going CPS for kidnap?
For kidnap and assault.
I think that's still a good tactic to put it to CPS anyway and let them underwrite the decision.
We've got to, I'm going to protect her. So if she's killed, then at least we've tried.
At this time, I am going to further arrest you for kidnap. Okay, so you don't have to say anything, but it may harm an offence. If not mentioned when questions up here later on in court, anything you do say may be given in evidence. I need to ask you, before we start the interview, are you responsible for the offence of ABH?
No comment.
Are you responsible for the offence of kidnap?
No comment.
If an offender goes no comment in an interview, I look at it as if they say there's something to hide. Either they've committed the offence or there's aspects around it which is likely to put them in the situation and being involved in the offence. With no comment, it does raise suspicion levels. We've spoken to your daughter. She said that you and your wife told her to leave her husband and to come back to Luton and to pack her bags. Why was that said?
No comment.
Did you threaten to assault her if she did not come back to Luton?
No comment.
You were laughing. Why are you laughing?
No comment.
Is that funny? Or is she making that up and that's why you're laughing? She's told her sister how much she's missing her husband and how much she wants to go back to him. How did you react to this? You weren't happy, were you? You got angry. You started shaking with rage. You were that angry. Why do you not want her to go back to this husband? Do you want to have control of her? Do you scare her so you have got control of her? Okay, if I show you some photos of your daughter, the first photo showing her face, you can see all the reddening around there. Have you caused that? Was she like that when you picked her up? The answer to that question would be no, because you've told us that you picked her up and she had no injuries. So those injuries must have been caused since she came back and she was in your house, weren't they? How hard did you hit her? Are you embarrassed by her? Does she cause problems to your family? Do people look down at you and your family because of her? Her marrying this man that you don't know, has that caused problems for you in the community? Okay. Is there anything you want to say before I turn the tapes off? Is there anyone I can speak to which will disprove your involvement in the offence of ABH or kidnap? Okay. If there's nothing else you want to say, the time is now 12:14 and you've concluded. Kathy, are you making tea?
No.
So I can't get up and leave the phone because it's a CPS phone.
Strange, isn't it? Can you hear the phone ring over there, Sarge?
I should think you can hear the phone ring from the town centre. There's no reason why she can't get the kettle on.
Hello, Rubbery. It is. All varies outstanding, obviously. In our view, the mum and there's a sister. Obviously, we've got problems at the moment with them providing evidence because obviously he's going to go home. If obviously he's remanded and he's locked up, there is potentially those statements which we can get that way. But obviously, there's risks to the victim.
It would be very, very difficult to prove the kidnap side of things. I'm not going to charge it today. What I'm going to do, I'm going to say he's bailable because of full code text.
Is he saying he don't believe her about the kidnap side of things? Let me just speak to him. Oh. Hello. Oh, it's DS Hancock. Are you all right? Am I right in thinking then that what we're saying is that the complainant, we don't really believe what she's saying? What she's saying is that against her will, she was taken to Luton. Based on what's happened in the past, she perceived that to be that if she didn't do it, she'd face harm. Yes, that's a kidnap made out, isn't it? No, let's take it a stage at a time because I really don't understand that. So if I say to somebody, get in my fucking car, otherwise I'm going to smash your face in, and they get in my car, that does not constitute fraud under a kidnap legislation. Is that what we're saying? My perspective, and I do mean this, is making sure that justice is seen to be done and that the victim of crime gets looked after and protected in a way that I would want one of my family members to be looked after and protected. Well, would you not then? So if somebody pulled up next to you and said, get in my car, otherwise I'm going to shoot you. Yeah. So what I'm asking you to do is just be specific about what point of the kidnap you don't feel as though we've demonstrated under the lower threshold test. Why not? At the end of the day, I'm sure we're singing from the same hymn sheet in that honour-based violence cases are very delicate and sensitive. And, well, as you'll appreciate, the evidence gathering is frustrated sometimes when the head of the family is exactly. So I would hope that we would stand up and say there is a very real and evident danger to the complainant, to the complainant's husband, to the police not being able to secure the evidence to prove one way or the other who's telling the truth in this case. I know where you're coming from. There's an argument from both sides, but let's have that in court. I think from a prosecution point of view, we should be protecting the complainant and the investigation. No problem. What was your name? Andrew, it's Simon, by the way. Thanks for the chat. I'll put you back on to Rachel. Bye.
Hiya.
We don't know where this guy is. He might not realise what an inflammatory town Luton is for this sort of, you know...
Why don't you just say to him, get in my fucking car now, I'm going to beat you up. You'll be all right, you'll get away with it.
He seems like quite... He seems like quite... At least you can, you know, he seems like quite a nice chap.
Kathy.
Yes, all right, I'll put the kettle on. You're going to murder her? Oh, mate. Don't start blinking your eyelids at me. Show me your wobblies.
Hiya. Bear a minute. Where's Hank? Can you phone Hanks urgently? Whenever we call CPS now, we always get Manchester. You're the best. We'll decide if you're the best in a minute after this phone call. Wait a minute.
Andy. Yeah. Hi, Andy, you all right? Are you all right? Oh, no, it's, and thanks for reconsidering it. That's brilliant. Thanks. He needs an MG7. Yeah.
I'll just do that MG7 for you now. Okay, we'll do. Okay.
Yeah, he reread it and he's convinced.
I'm going to charge, with 3 offences.
So what are they going? What are they going for then? Kidnap. Wow. Aviation common assault.
Okay, you're charging the following offences. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm an offensive not mentioned now, something which may later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Kidnap, actual bodily harm, common assault.
Do you want to say anything to those charges? No? Okay. In this case, I've made an assumption that if I allow you to leave this custody, you'll go on to interfere with this witness, that is your daughter, okay, and or commit further offences, okay?
Why would I make more trouble?
I don't know, people do it all the time. Kidnap is a very serious offence. So what more are you capable of doing? Personally, we don't want to find out, okay?
Sorry?
What's your name? I forgot your name.
DC Chandler.
This is DC?
Chandler.
Chandler, yeah.
I am underestimated sometimes. I am switched on and I do know what's going on out there.
But why am I going to make more trouble? I'm already in big trouble. Why am I making more trouble?
People do. People get charged with things and they go out and they interfere with things, which is why you're getting kept here.
But madam, maybe you're getting a lot of misunderstanding. I'm not
But
like
at the end of the
that
day, you're
person.
staying here, okay? Okay, do you want to pop your shoes off? I hope if he has done it, then he is convicted, because I want to make sure that that girl is safe and she can get on and live with her life and be happy.
Hello, madam.
Thank you.
You can't forget what has happened to you, no matter what.
How's it changed you as a person?
Well, I lost everything. Everything's... I'm alone now, so just have a husband, don't have anyone else, no family, nothing. They hate me. I've been disowned.
Stand still! Johnny, handcuff him for us. Yes.
Contact, one upstairs!
Right, everyone clear?
All clear.
Before we do search, is there any drugs here at all? So it'd be a lot better if you tell us than we find it.
Not that I know.
No, what about yourself?
Once a suspect is in custody, the police have 24 hours to investigate and interview. After that, it's either charge or release.
You have been arrested on suspicion of human trafficking.
On suspicion of stalking.
On suspicion of GBH.
Possession and making of indecent images of children.
On suspicion of conspiracy to murder.
Start explaining.
It's the police's job to ask what really happened.
Where were you on the 28th of March?
It was not me, I was not there.
That could have been 101 people, but it's nothing to do with me.
Police! Open the door!
Who's innocent? Who's guilty?
Why would Pete say that he'd assaulted him?
Because he's deluded. He's a drunk.
Well, that's nonsense.
Hey, please! Show me your hand!
From the streets to the interrogation rooms.
Where's the knife?
Did you have a knife?
He makes a specific threat that he is going to kill her.
From the suspects to the head of CID.
That's one hell of a shirt, David. I'm loving it.
These are the men and women who have just 24 hours to find the evidence.
I'm not letting him get away with it.
I want him nicked and charged.
If he kicks off, I'm out the door. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Will they discover it before time runs out?
Good news.
Yeah. Got him.
Police have arrested Irvin Shehi, a 25-year-old Albanian. He's suspected of being an illegal immigrant.
Dispatch the asset.
Assets away.
He was arrested following a drugs raid.
This is the immigration. Yes.
No drugs were found, but police seized a computer and a phone.
Hello, mate. All right? English?
Good. Owen, at this moment in time, what we're going to do, we're going to make some inquiries on this phone, okay? And we're actually going to be further arresting you for possibly handling stolen goods. Now, listen to me. Doesn't mean you're guilty of it, but we need to actually find out. We can run some checks on this, and we can find out very quickly, okay?
You're not going to take in my phone. I pay money for that one. I'm not going to give you that one.
Well, you might not have a choice. If
No, they say tell me a price. I say what.
If you think they're stolen, then I'm going to authorise your detention here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can conduct an interview in relation to the matters in whether they're phones or tablets or whatever they are, and obviously bottom out this immigration matter as well. Okay, but that'll be done by the immigration service. They'll come to the police station and they'll interview you as well. Do you want to see a drugs worker, alcohol worker?
If you want.
No, do you want to see one?
I don't care.
Well, if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict.
No, I'm not an alcoholic.
Okay. Would you? So, is there any reason for you
When
to
I
see?
said no, why you ask you want an alcohol doctor? I don't know.
Well, I'm asking you if you want one.
No.
No. Have you got any specific or religious dietary needs? Is there any foods that you can't eat?
No, I don't.
No.
Only spinach I don't eat.
Spinach?
Yeah, spinach.
We don't have spinach in custody. I don't think our food has spinach in it. Okay, you're here for what we call a recordable offence, so we're going to need to take your fingerprints. Okay, do you give us your permission to take them?
If I don't give, what's going to happen? You want to take it?
You were going to take it anyway, basically.
So where's the point to ask?
Because we ask. It's nice, isn't it?
Look, guys, the law is too soft. Make it more strict. That's it.
Not down to me, is it?
And say, oh, please, sir, put your hands back and please remove. My country, if you do that, fuck off to police. Fuck. You can go in hospital with 3-4
bullet holes, probably.
Yeah, blind eye or something like that.
Democracy.
Irvin Shehi's case will be dealt with by one of the busiest departments in the station, the Prisoner Handling Unit, or PHU.
Is there any way you can describe what PHU is and what it does?
Unrelenting carnage. The Prisoner Handling Unit is a team of officers and civilian members of staff that deal with high volume, low impact crime. We're the bottom of the pile, you see, PHU. We get all the jobs that people are too busy to deal with or don't want. We get frauds, we get drugs offences, we get domestic incidents, we get thefts, we get burglaries, brothels. Yeah, you name it, get all kinds of bits and pieces. I don't mean that it's not important in any way, shape or form. It's just crimes that there are just so many of them.
I've still got to sort out his stuff, I've still got to sort out his stuff, I've still got to sort out
I'm really concerned about this guy.
PHU deal with an average of 20 cases a day. Some very serious, others that can be quickly dealt with.
Hello.
Hello, mate. Okay, this is the crime of the literal century.
Is it? Wow.
This is the most serious thing I think has come into this office ever.
I don't know if I want the responsibility.
This is it. I don't know if you can handle the responsibility.
I don't think I can, mate, no.
Because I think we're talking about a grand old total of 98p. Yeah, no,
Genuinely 98p?
Well, 2 cans of Diet Coke. How much is a can of Diet Coke at the moment?
Come on.
I have done nothing wrong tonight, and you lot think you've got the power, the audacity to put me in a fucking place.
For each case, Will Taylor must choose an officer to interview the suspect before deciding on the next steps.
Geraldine, basically the victims are having a little house party, the two of them, and where they see this woman at the window, she opens the window a little bit further and she says, "Can I come in?" And they tell her no, so she slams the window shut twice, causing it to break. Officers then turn up, they arrest her, she gets violent, and she's assaulted the 2 police officers.
The officers asked you about what happened and you said, it wasn't me, haven't done anything. You're going to have to fucking gas me because I ain't coming quietly, I haven't done anything. I'm going to come back and fuck you up. Does that ring any bells? When did you last wash? I bet you're a lesbian. A fishy, smelly lesbian.
So it's a fairly easy job.
He was the one who turned around and said, "Oh, I didn't even realise the bus was stolen. It said private hire on the back." Yeah.
Investigating officer Jill Cook-Smith has been assigned the case of 2 stolen buses.
I think it was probably about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. An officer found the bus in Dunstable. It was parked at the side of the road. So he's pulled up behind it and the bus has started off again. So he's followed the bus behind so as not to freak them out. Basically, the bus has gone all the way through Dunstable. It's gone all the way down the A5 towards junction 9 of the M1, being driven perfectly within the speed limit. Couldn't fault the driving whatsoever. The bus stopped in a village, I believe it was Eaton Bray, and suddenly you see all these shadowy figures. 7 or 8 drunken males got on the bus. They didn't believe it wasn't a real bus and they wanted to take him to Hemel. And he's driven the bus all the way to Hemel. He's dropped them off. They've then driven back to Dunstable. Obviously, other officers were aware of this. They were parked around the corner. And the police car was able to stop in front of it. And obviously, that's when officers got out and jumped on the bus. Luke, do I come through?
Luke is suspected of being involved in both bus thefts.
Do you want to just stand there for me?
Okay, you're back on bail, yeah? Okay, cool.
It's the bus boys, the stolen bus. Two other buses are stolen and the CCTV shows him on the second bus. Right, if I can get you to sit in that one, Luke. Right, we'll just wait for this to warm up. So, just to recap, you said that you didn't know it was a stolen bus because on the back of the bus it said private hire, and you didn't realise it was stolen. You didn't really think about it was 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and the fact that Daniel's driving around on a bus, okay?
Yeah. Plus, because of my problems, obviously with ADHD, I didn't really clock on as quick as I normally would.
Right, okay. Now then, is this the only time that you've been on a bus that has been stolen?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me anything about a bus that was stolen on the 13th of February this year?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Honestly, can't remember. Don't think I was even out.
Okay. Now then, there is CCTV on that bus, so we've actually got that CCTV.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've done is I've produced some stills. Who's that person?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you?
Yeah, that is definitely me, I know now. Yeah.
Okay. Can you remember being on this bus now?
I do remember now, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
It's just I had to see an image, obviously.
yeah, no, that's fine. Was you with him when he actually stole that bus?
I actually can't remember that. Obviously, if there's images, I can tell you straight off, but I can't remember straight off like that. But if there's images, I'd openly admit it, but I can't if there's no images.
But you was definitely on the bus?
Yeah. It was privately hired, again. That's the thing. He keeps putting on privately hired.
Okay. Have you got anything else that you want to tell me before we stop the interview?
No, not as far as I know, no.
No? All right, so I'm going to stop the interview.
Can I go to prison?
No. So I hope you're never going to get on a bus with
I haven't been on a bus since.
Daniel, and the only time you'll get on a bus is if you've got a little man,
Yeah.
he's got a little cap,
I haven't been on a bus since.
and he's
I'm
wearing
so
a
scared.
uniform.
Been a learning curve. Big learning curve. Not to get myself in trouble.
What have they said?
Just cautioned me. That's it. I'm happy with the caution, though. I'm over the moon with the caution.
Police are preparing to raid a local massage parlour. They believe it's operating as a brothel.
Right then, boys and girls, what we're going to do is execute a warrant today under Section 15 of PACE. The information that we have is that there's a brothel at the Paradise Sauna Club, if you guys are aware of it. Strictly professional. So we've received a lot of complaints from neighbouring residents because of loud noise, music, shouting, and also suspected female prostitutes seen arriving around about 9 or 10 in the evening. The main aim of today is to identify and arrest the madam for the offence of managing a brothel.
In the UK, selling sex is legal, but owning or managing a brothel is not. Should they make any arrests, it will be another case for Will's team in PHU.
We've got a warrant that's been issued by the Magistrates Court. We're going to be searching today under Section 33 of the Sexual Offences Act. We suspect this premises to be a brothel. Just to all move around, make sure that all the rooms are covered.
Imagine it.
Some calls on, or?
No, I'm just sitting on the couch having a drink.
Is that your address?
Let's come in, On any investigation involving a brothel, there are various factors that have to be considered, and one of the main ones is whether the people working in there have been exploited and as part of that been trafficked. The people managing that brothel might very well have been those who have been directly involved in that exploitation, and that's why that's a far more serious offence and the one that we'll be far more interested in investigating.
It's unclear whether any of the women is running the suspected brothel. Police arrest all three in the hope that more will be revealed in interview. They're from Lithuania, Albania and the UK.
Let's do it.
Ladies?
Come you boys a bit. Yeah.
Ciao, ciao.
Get mine. Just under your bag.
Right, forefinger. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's right. Just press it down.
I'll lock them. Alright, so they don't...
No, that's fine.
They're not on tight, are they?
That brothel is not just a standalone brothel on its own. There's a chain, as with all of these things, much like drug dealers and everything else. There's going to be a chain that's going to lead up to somebody who organises it and owns that brothel.
Okay, do you want to come up, please? And the offence?
Managing a brothel.
I am not the manager of any brothel. Okay.
There's no reason to be...
I'm pissed off because I'm not no manager, no brothel.
Okay, I understand your...
No,
I know you...
I'm not happy. At least say arrest me for whatever. Maybe I think you're doing such and such, but I'm not no manager of anyway.
Are you going to let me... Are you going to let
I opened the gate. I wasn't even supposed to open the gate because the receptionist lady who takes the money... No, I wanted to explain to you that takes the money from the rent of the room.
I know, but you'll have your opportunity to speak in interview.
In the morning. So I'm very, very pissed off. I don't appreciate being arrested as the manager of a brothel.
Have you finished?
Yeah, I've finished.
Okay, you've got lipstick all on your front teeth.
No, never mind. It's not going to kill.
Okay, do you understand why you've been arrested?
Of course I understood, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to authorise your detention.
That's fine.
So that you can be interviewed.
Yeah.
And that gives you the opportunity to give your explanation, okay?
Yeah, fine.
Police have obtained a witness statement from a student living next door to the massage parlour.
On a regular basis, I actually hear people having sex. Then I feel the wall shaking and hear rhythmic banging. At the same time, I hear a female voice grunting and moaning and groaning. I hear the male voice also groaning. Once I heard a clearly female voice say, "Oh, that was good." It's really not nice to hear the sex noises. The noise keeps me awake through the night and leaves me really tired during the day when I have to attend lectures.
And that's it. You should see some action very soon.
Nice. Baby powder.
Will Taylor has assigned the case to PC Cat Allison.
An offence of keeping a brothel in 2011. And this one's got a caution in 2006 for managing or assisting in the management of a brothel. I take it we have an exhibiting statement for the photographs.
It is all lumped together as one statement.
So that's one exhibit?
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Let me read through everything. And if I've got any questions, I'll come back to you, mate.
First lady in M10, she's been arrested for managing a brothel. They arrested her for managing because she had the keys to the premises and she kind of opened up all the doors to let the officers in. She's got the right at being arrested because she just says she rents a room and she does massaging. So she's a bit belligerent. And the other two have been arrested for assisting in managing because both of them were on the telephone taking bookings as they went in with the warrant. M6, she's got no medical, no mental health. The only thing she has is 4 months ago she self-harmed. She's got some very light cut marks to her arm where she's gone up with a sharp implement, but she hasn't done anything since and she's got no ideations of self-harm whilst she's here. Number 11, she may want a phone call this morning. She has a son being looked after by a friend, so she'll probably need to call them to say she won't come home tonight.
Be good boyfriend, right? Okay? Love you.
I think we've got the phones, and I think that's all we've got.
Okay. From my perspective, once those people are in custody, if you're going to do a job, you do it properly, and that means investigating it thoroughly and looking at all the available opportunities there are to gain evidence. You've got to prove that that person who's managing and organising that brothel
PC Cat Allison first needs the women to admit to selling sex. She must then try to work out if any of them is the brothel's madam.
Right, you've been arrested on suspicion of management of a brothel. On suspicion of assisting in management of a brothel. Do you understand what it is that you've been arrested for? What's your job there?
Just do massage there. I do massage.
So tell me what you do in your job.
Massage people. Massage people. Sorry.
Like that.
Yeah. Massage people.
And if you were doing a massage, how would you touch that person?
Like that.
So with
the fingers, yeah. I don't know how to in here. But...
Cameras, we'll act it.
Yeah.
Not.
Do you think anyone's ever been to a massage parlour for a massage?
No. Don't think anybody's ever confused a massage parlour with anything else but brothel.
How much is your fee?
£40 for 20 minutes and £50 to £60 for half an hour.
Can I just ask you, what is your clientele? Who comes to have massage?
A lot of them is Asians.
Male, female?
Males.
Do you normally just use the same room?
Yeah. What is the pool? You know, dancing pool. What is that first room upstairs?
Do you ever get asked by any of your clients to provide more than a normal massage?
Oh, of course.
And how do you respond?
And I'll say no chance. No way. It's not something I do.
We're not really after the people who are working there. Fundamentally, we need to look to protect them in some way, shape or form. The kind of hidden danger almost with brothels is that not everybody who's working there is working voluntarily, and that needs to be identified.
We've also got a sign that just says 20-minute massage and one personal service, £30. 30-minute massage and full personal service, £40. Have you seen those signs anywhere?
Yeah, I see them. It's behind the doors, which is it's been a long time actually. You know, before I go there.
Okay. So you don't know what they refer to?
Do they mention personal service?
No.
Can you just tell me what this is here?
That's our condoms.
Is that normal for you to carry those around?
Sometimes I might have a couple in my bag because sometimes I'll ask them, I do say, can you put this on, or in case you feel that during your massage you may like it a lot.
Do you take a bag to work?
I'll have only like normal bag. I will use my makeup was in there and my condoms inside.
So it's normal for you to carry condoms around with you?
Yeah.
Do you use them at work?
I mean, if the client wants something, yeah, I use them.
What would the client want that you would need to use a condom for?
If he wants the sex.
So I'm just going to clarify that. If the client asks you for sex,
yeah.
Do you provide sex for that client?
Yeah, I say yes.
You do?
Yeah.
And how many times a night would a client ask you for sex?
3 times, 4 times.
Is that different people or the same?
You okay?
I just never done this before. I can't. I don't know this, I can't. I can't do it. No, it's so difficult for me and I can't even listen. I don't know this, I can't.
I don't suppose what you saw downstairs, I don't suppose the ladies' underwear was seized at all?
No.
No, condoms weren't seized?
No.
In relation to the cash that was seized, what did they say about that?
I didn't ask them about it.
Okay.
And how did you become a police officer, Will?
I was at university studying law, I was coming home from the student union. I had far too much to drink. I had no money in my pocket, luckily. And I had these three lads just approach me. One of them asked me if I had a light. And all of a sudden they all had knives out. They searched me, took my bank cards, I think, in the end, and off they wandered. And I literally walked down the road and there was this cop car and I flagged it down and I said, look, I'm really sorry to bother you, but I've just had these three lads just take my wallet. And they got me in the back of the car and they raced on down the road, and there where they were, going through their ill-gotten gains, they all legged it, they all got chased and they all got caught, which for me was massively exciting. That was it. That's all I wanted to do from that point on. I wanted to be a police officer. January 2007. I was driving along a windy road and, driver error. I swerved to avoid a rabbit on a double S-bend, ended up losing control of the car and spinning it and going sideways into a tree. That was it. When I collided with the tree, it pretty much completely took my right leg off straight away. And the metal from the car stripped all the skin and most of the flesh from my left leg. The response time from the fire brigade was excellent. They were there very quickly, as were the police. Unfortunately, it still took about 3 hours to get me out of the car because of the way I was trapped in it. The next day, I had my right leg completely amputated. And then a couple of days later, they were worried because the septicemia from the left leg had caused my heart to stop 3 times. So they then removed my left leg. And I remember waking up and I remember my feet were absolutely killing me. And I remember saying to the nurse, my feet are so sore, is there anything you can do about it? And she said, no, I'm sorry, Will, you got no legs. And I just remember lifting up the blanket and there were these bandaged stumps staring back at me. I was just like, wow. I remember saying to myself that there's 1 or 2 ways to deal with this. You shut up and you put up and you just get on with your life. Or you sit there and you feel sorry for yourself and cry to yourself to sleep every night. And I was just like, I'm not doing that. I came back to work 6 months later to the day. Bedfordshire Police have been fantastic. The Chief Constable, she came to see me in hospital and she said, don't worry about that. We will try find a role for you. And that was great.
That's so romantic. I only went round to give us some chocolates and beer. Chocolate and beer. Cans of Stella and a box of Maltesers. Box of Maltesers and the cans of Stella Lager. I mean, wow. Welcome to Luton, ladies and gentlemen. It's as classy as it gets.
Illegal overstayer Irving Sheehy is waiting for immigration officers to arrive at the station.
It's quite a nice day out there.
Thing is, it's going to get worse, isn't it, on our weekend off?
Sunday's supposed to rain, isn't it?
Did you keep his immigration paperwork out, John?
It's in that blue folded.
I come from Albania, it's a small place east of Europe. I needed to come here, I needed to escape from the people who tried to kill me there. My father was a policeman then, from my job of my father, they wanted to kill me. They pursued me, they beat me up too many times in the street. I go to the police station, but they didn't do nothing. So I just sit. I don't want benefits. If I have 2 arms and 2 legs, I can work.
Sheehy is also being investigated for handling stolen goods.
So why did they They went there for a drugs warrant.
Yeah.
So why have they nicked him for handling stolen goods?
Well, they originally nicked him for wanted from immigration.
Right.
And then I think they've seen these goods and he said that he's bought them and they basically said we don't believe you and they nicked him. Just like a prayer, you know I'll take you there. Yeah.
Can you whistle? Can you whistle?
No.
You can't sing.
Ooh. Ooh, meow, Sergeant. Kitty's got claws over there, I tell you. Right, I won't be long in this interview at all. He says, Sergeant, wish me luck because I can't have another NFA on my hands. Right, see what he's got to say for himself, young man. You were arrested originally for immigration purposes.
Yeah.
You were brought here and then further arrested for handling stolen goods. So my first question to you then, Irvin, is are you responsible for handling stolen goods via the BlackBerry and Samsung?
The BlackBerry I bought in the shop in TX, it's a game shops in Luton Mall.
Mm-hmm.
So on the tablet I bought there for 75 quid.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. We'll talk on about the second exhibit. What's this?
That for the moment it's mine because I bought from the owner of the house.
Bought it from the owner of what house?
The house when I was living before. I don't know if the phone is stolen or found it, but I pay money for that. I want the phone back. Or give the money back.
Okay, what we'll do then, I'll stop the interview now.
Yes.
And I'll switch off the recording device. Thank you. What's happening with your immigration status? What's going on?
I don't know, man. To be honest, maybe they're gonna send me back.
Do you want to go back?
No, man.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do there? Eating stones?
Is it not very good?
It's not very good, man.
Could you not get a visa here then?
It's very hard, man. Oh.
Lovely. I'll put me back in then with immigration and I'll have a chat with my sergeant about what we've spoken about. Come on, we'll go to immigration.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going to happen.
You can show the recording, you know what I said to him. And
I'm going to. Yes. I need to.
Okay.
It's okay?
Yeah, I'm going to.
When I started doing patrol work, I couldn't have been happier. I really enjoyed every aspect of the patrol work. I loved foot chases and car chases and grabbing bad guys. There is something really satisfying about that. You speak to some people and they'll tell you I wasn't so good at the paperwork side of things, but I was very good at the chasing after people. And then, the accident, I couldn't do that anymore.
One of them had got £100 on, the other one got 90, and that money was found tucked away in the loft.
If you look at the prices, £50 and £40 gives you a nice little £90, and £50 and £50 gives you a nice little £100.
Despite lengthy interviews, there's still insufficient evidence to charge any of the women as the madam. But Will Taylor is keen to push the case forward.
The first thing I think we're going to have to do is to do a quick re-interview. You ever done handwriting samples before?
Yeah.
And the reason for that is to check those handwriting samples then against those notes. So if they're saying that they are just masseuses, then why would they be writing that, or those prices, or the rota?
In my job now as a sergeant, I'm now becoming a practitioner of law again. I rediscovered my love of the law.
And that's going to have to be fingerprinted as well against those three.
Right.
I understand there's a photocopy of a passport. Have we checked the details in relation to that passport? Okay. Before they're bailed, I would suggest we put a quick phone call into Special Branch and see if there's anything of interest, any unusual activity on that passport. Reported lost, stolen, the usual kind of stuff.
The hardest part of working in PHU, I find, is the demands that are placed on the people I manage, and they're the ones I feel the most sorry for.
Did any of them accept responsibility for DP1 and DP2, which was the two mobile phones?
We didn't even ask about it, no.
Okay, fine.
And I'm the one who's then giving them more jobs. I'm the one who's telling them I need more work done on this. There's no let-up.
In relation to the cash that was seized, what did they say about that?
We didn't ask them about it.
Okay. I understand that because there is a lot there. However, we're going to have to do some follow-up questions. The handwriting samples is the key thing. That's the main point of the interviews, to get the handwriting samples.
Okay.
Police work is very little bit is about chasing after people, and a lot of actually just doing paperwork. But the highlight is always going to be charging somebody. There is no better feeling than knowing that your investigation has led to that end.
Will Taylor believes handwriting samples could lead to a charge, but because of the cost, the duty inspector is questioning the decision.
Well, let's go try and get some simple way. The handwriting samples, remind me, why do we need handwriting samples? Is that because of a book that's being kept, or
There's two things. That
lists of clients and
that
or roadside?
Working, what girls are working, and that is like an effort.
Help that.
I just think handwriting samples are quite expensive. If you're going to take a sample and compare it, that comparison is quite expensive, and it doesn't actually prove.
I disagree, because if they're not involved in the offence, then they shouldn't be needing to write out adverts for where they're putting
How do you prove that that person's handwriting is linked? Is the same as that handwriting that process is?
It stands up in court all the time. It's been used in murder inquiries quite regularly, so it's something that has been used.
I think it's worth considering that if the CPS say, or somebody else, a budget holder goes, it's not. Sorry, it's too expensive.
So
you've got it.
Okay.
You've got it.
I'm stepping out of it. If you make your own.
So.
If you have an issue with my decision making, speak to me about it. And I will explain to you why it's important, because I know what I'm talking about. I'm so angry, my hands are shaking.
Want a break?
Yes, please. Finances are always going to come into it. If you've got the money to throw at something, your investigation is always going to be better off. If you can't, and for some reason that approval isn't granted to carry out that line of inquiry, you've lost a bit of evidence, which never helps. So, yeah, it's always frustrating when that happens.
Will Taylor's instructed PC Cat Allison to proceed with handwriting samples, in the hope that resources will be found later to analyse them.
Okay. I've got your lasagna and she's got your tea. Since we spoke to you earlier, a few other bits and pieces have come to light that we need to put to you. One of the things that I would like from you is a handwriting sample. What I'd like you to write down in your normal handwriting is the phrase, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." And what I'd like to do underneath that is do a pound sign and write the numbers through from 1 to 10.
Okay, say that again. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
All three women are bailed, pending further investigation.
Hello. Is Irvin still in the room?
Yeah,
Oh. It's got some good and bad news then, hasn't he? Irvin, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
You're getting these back. Okay?
When are you gonna sign?
Sign there. Okay, so you're taking them home with you or wherever you're going. Okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
I told you I'm not lying.
I know. We just needed to check it out. Okay, it's checked out fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're going now?
Have you ever tried?
Huh?
Have you tried before staying in police station?
No, I've never ever been arrested, thankfully. I'm behaved, funny enough. That's why I have this job.
A few days next.
Not all the way. Yeah, please, thank you. Oh, have a safe trip. See you later. Hopefully we won't see you again. He's been deported, isn't he? Oh, where is he? Albania.
I had a dream to come here, bring my brother here, later bring my father and my mom and start a life here with a small family. You never know, I'm 26, I'm still young. So 26 next month, 11 of May. At least I'm gonna celebrate it in my country with my family.
It's always frustrating when you don't get a charge at the end of an investigation. You just gotta suck it up, get on, there'll be another time. I always think that you've got to push yourself and you've got to test yourself against all kinds of things you can do. So yeah, always looking for a new experience and something that will challenge you in some way, shape or form. I think that's really important.
Hello, mate.
Are you?
Yeah, that's a new site. I've not seen that before. What sparked that then? What's
Getting married. About time. Got back into it.
Good man. You're not being sparked by the Oscar, what's the name case then?
No, I have no intention of shooting my wife.
How are you? Well.
Yeah, well, it's me.
Good. Good man.
Excellent. How are you getting on with walking?
Hard work.
I bet it is. You look like you're drunk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it's not really standard issue shoes though, are they? Hmm?
No, they're not. No. And not standard issue trousers, so they're slightly short.
That little schoolboy.
The ankle height, yeah.
Oh, excellent. Is this all ready for the wedding and everything?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
used to it and that.
So yeah.
Aw, I'm proud
Cool,
of
man. My mum wonders how I'm able to deal with everything that's happened. The simple answer is that I know that I'm a better person as a result. Everything I've gone through has made me reevaluate who I am and the way I am, and I honestly believe it's made me a better person. I look at my life now and everything that I have in my life, and I couldn't be happier.
Do you get to choose how tall you are? Does it go by how tall you used to be?
No, because I was 6'2", so I'm now only 5'8".
How tall's Bonnie?
5'8". So we're same height.
Do you think doing this job has taught you anything different about love?
Just that I'm lucky to have the relationship I do have. Bonnie fell in love with a legless Will. Yeah. She has a T-shirt that says "Only in it for the parking." So yeah.